All right, welcome to Paul and Barbie's Backyard Garden. I've got 5 raised beds that do not have drip irrigation, and I've been putting that off for about a year. Decided to get out here today and take care of it. Let me just show you kind of what we have. We do have well water for our garden, and this white PVC is tied into the well, and then we've got the main hose bib here that feeds the garden, or this side of the garden anyway, where we got a water hose, and then we have a timer for the raised beds. And this black line here with the pressure reducer, that feeds all of the raised beds so far. We have one main trunk line. And you can see right here, I'll just kind of show you this first bed. We have a T down there so we can move on to the next one. Then I've got a riser with a valve, then an elbow, and then one main line here. And then we tie in with drip irrigation, or drip tubing, a 1/4-inch drip tubing spaced 6 inches apart, and that feeds the water to the beds. I do have valves for each bed. That way, if we need to turn the water off for a bed for any particular reason, we can do that with one little turn of the valve. Some of this may look a little complicated if you've never done it. It's not. It's very simple. Just kind of got to know what parts that you need. All right, let's go over here to where we're going. And this is one of the main lines right here for this bed. It goes up to this one, and where I've got the rock moved, we're gonna tie in right here so we can go over to that bed and then take care of these 4 right here. All right, let me get over here to our parts. My wife did this about a year ago. I've got so many drip irrigation parts, and when you've got them in your shed, they're just all over the place. So now I've got them in this little container, which is nice if I need to make repairs. We've got drip tubing, little small pair of channel locks if they're needed, valves, T connectors. There's the elbow connectors, all the little fittings to be able to punch the hole into the black tubing so you can connect this tubing, and a few other just miscellaneous parts. Anyway, got everything in one place, which is very nice, in Ziploc bags. That way, if I need to make repairs, I just grab this container and bring it out to the garden instead of back and forth to the shed looking for little tiny parts. All right, let's get busy. All right, first thing we need to do is get this tied in. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, because I need to go this way. Get our line cut. Probably gonna be a little water. That's all right. There's no glue with this, so it doesn't matter if it's leaking. You can see that, you just slip that on real tight and then tighten that nut down. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong way. Make sure we got that one good. All right, there we go. We got a secure connection there. And what we'll do, I need to go that way so I can just put an elbow on here. All right, there we go. You can see this okay. You see where I've made those connections. we've got this run over here, and I'll be burying that line, and that's going to feed that bed there. All right here this way. Now we'll go down to the left here and feed these, and we can make 4 connections for all 4 of these beds. All right, let me back this out where y'all can see a little bit. All right, I'm just gonna put some rock in here just to kind of hold this down for right now. See how we have that buried. I've got some shallower ends down here with the rock, but I've got plenty of spare rock piled up behind the shed. And I'll just come in and I can put some extra on there, and that'll take care of that. See what I'm doing here. I'll take this up so I can work with it. I'm going to put this about halfway up, so we're going to kind of just eyeball. Get about. Let's get this pipe down. Landscape. That just kind of holds everything in place until I put the rock back on. We want this, if you can see right here, roughly just about right here. That way when the tubing, we're not way up here, we're just kind of eyeballing, but we're maybe a 1/2 inch above. So you don't actually have to get out here and measure. Actually, you can do what I'm about to do right here is go ahead and connect the pipe. And just kind of see where you need it. Right there. And these things are great. PVC cutters. They make some other cutters for this poly pipe. I wouldn't try to do it with scissors or a knife. It would just get yourself all aggravated trying to do that. All right, we got that one in place. We're good to go. It's not as deep because the ground wasn't level, but where I need some rock, like I said, I have plenty of it. I'll go get a few shovelfuls, and that way we can get about a 1/2 inch over that poly pipe. I'm not tripping over it, you don't have to see it. Where the valves are at and the connections, I'm going to leave those. I'm going to leave those exposed. That way, sometimes the weather may work them out, and you can get a leak, and I just do is go tighten it down. It's no big deal. See how I kind of got the green exposed there? That way I can see where it's at, and if I need to, that little pipe exposed right there, so I can kind of see where I'm gonna need some rock. Not much, just a little. This rock goes a long ways. Yeah, but like I said, it was drip irrigation was an afterthought, and the rock's been here for years, so I wasn't going to try to remove the rock. And I certainly wasn't going to move each bed and try to put the pipe. It looks a little better if it's hid, but we can live with it, so it's not bothering us any. So hopefully from wherever you're watching from, it's not bothering you either. All right, that's 2 beds down. I've got 3 more to go. What you just witnessed here, I'm gonna do on this other side right here. And then I've already got this T connector right here running to that bed. So I'll put a riser going up into that bed over there. And what I'm gonna do, I'll tie into the line right there with a T and run this bed and that bed just like we did these other 2. All right, let me get these 2 done and I'll show you the finished product. All right, I've got the irrigation hooked up for all 5 beds. This one here and these 4. As you can see, we got all the pipe buried except for the connections. Sometimes they like to work their way loose with the heat, with expansion, so I just kind of keep those out where I can see them, and it's just an easy fix. Just a matter of tightening those nuts back down if you get a leak. All right, kind of see how we have it there. Valve shut off right now. We got the main supply line, and what we'll do with this line right here is I'll be able to punch holes in it and then connect the drip tubing to it to wherever we need it in the bed. I'm not going to do that until we get ready to plant in those beds. But anyway, got everything done. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from it, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. This wasn't meant to be a tutorial, just sort of a general idea of how the drip irrigation works. I appreciate you watching, and everyone have a blessed day.